Hello everybody, welcome back to another video. Today's an interesting one, as you see on the screen. We are reacting to a podcast called the Whatever Podcast. Fantastic podcast, I'm a big fan. I do like the podcast and the people they get on. It just causes a lot of controversy between each other, and there's a guy called Andrew Wilson on here. You'll see him very soon. So we're reacting to OnlyFans girl complains people assume this about her. So if you don't know, this one here in the white shirt there, sorry, not that one there, that is Bonnie Blue. She is a OnlyFans creator, which I don't agree with whatsoever, and a porn star I've heard of, but we're reacting to this today because obviously the stuff that's going around about Bonnie Blue and everything at the moment, it's all over the fucking FYP, it's all over TikTok and that. I want it off my screen. So we're going to get straight to the video.
You said that people assume if you do, so you don't want to settle down in the future, or do you?
For sure.
Do you want to elaborate a bit on that?
I think when people know you don't, I think they just assume you have no intentions to settling down, and that you don't want to have that family life in the future, basically.
And that's what you do want. Would you like to have like?
All right. So as you've just seen, who's popped up on the screen at the bottom and in the middle, that's Andrew Wilson. Now I disagree with what people say there about if you do OnlyFans, you don't ever want to settle down. It's men and women who do OnlyFans. They're both just as bad. I don't agree with OnlyFans whatsoever. You could offer me God knows how much money, I still wouldn't do it. And believe me, I'm not the best for having money at this precise moment. But you could offer me as much as you want, I still wouldn't sell toe pics. But as I was saying, because we're going a bit off track. Everybody wants to settle down in the future. It's just depending on when you've done something like this. Can you settle down? Kind of thing. You know what I mean? It's like it's hard to settle down because you don't. Would someone really want to be with someone who's done OnlyFans? Like some people do, yeah, fair enough. Some people don't. But would it's trying to find that person who wants to settle down with someone who's done stuff that bad. It's bad to me. I think it's bad because women are just making themselves look absolutely stupid and shit. So it's trying to find someone that will settle down with you when you've done stuff in the past. If you get what I mean.
Husband, kids in the future?
In the future, yes.
Do you think that it's going to, given some of the conduct, going to be harder to do some of that?
Yeah, 100%. But like, the biggest thing, I used to work in recruitment. I used to work really long hours, sort of near enough like 8 till 8 some days. Monday to Friday, I was given 20 days annual leave. And I thought that was going to be the rest of my life. I always thought, like when I was with my ex,
the board didn't even agree.
Imagine when we get time off together. Imagine when we go on that one holiday a year. Now that when I do meet someone, we can get into investments together. I'll have flexibility and freedom.
Okay, sorry.
It's okay.
Holy fuck, what is going on?
Yeah, but then also what you've got to think about is going on the subject again of finding someone who wants to settle down with an OnlyFans creator. And a porn creator, by the way. Would that person then, like, if you get the gist on what I'm trying to get at, would that person feel comfortable having sexual intercourse with you and that when they know that many people have basically been inside and stuff like that? Would they really want to have sex with you though? That's the point. Because I know for a fact if I had got with someone that had done OnlyFans and done porn and done stuff like that, I don't think I would ever want to have sex with them because you don't know what they have. Yeah, they use protection and that, but protection isn't always fucking completely safe. So one day, this person will do porn and when they're using protection, it's not going to work. And then she's going to have a dozen babies and you know what I mean? My opinion, by the way, so everybody has an opinion, but this is my opinion. I wouldn't want to sleep with someone that slept with so many men and done porn and done this. It's disgusting.
Today, holy fuck. Excuse me, guys. Okay. You You said that you were dumped the day before you went to spring break because you were planning on sleeping with the college boys.
Yeah.
What's the story there?
Well, just before I went to spring break, I was dating someone sort of January, February time, fully aware of like my intentions of what spring break was going to be. We sort of spent, like I said, a few months together, and then the day before he called it. So yeah.
That's it?
Look, everybody's face, Everybody's face, they're all shocked. I don't know if all these women on here do OnlyFans, but I don't think they do. I think they're all here on the dude's side of the view and the point of view and stuff. But look at their faces. Like, none of them agree from what I can see. I mean, she looks quite happy, the one in the white shirt, but none of these people agree. Their faces are kind of like, is it right to be doing that kind of stuff though? Is it right to be selling your body for pictures? Women are just downgrading themselves. You cry and you sit there and whinge about wanting men to treat you with respect and wanting men to treat you the way you're supposed to be treated, which is what men should be doing in the first place. But can men really take you seriously when you're doing stuff like that and you're selling your bodies for money? It's all about the fucking money, man. It does genuinely piss me off, because I've got a fiance and I've got 2 lovely children. I love all 3 of them so much, and it's kind of like, would I let my fiance do that? No, I fucking wouldn't. If I found out my fiance was doing that, the left foot would be going up somebody's arse, trust me. But, you know what I mean? It's kind of, it's trying to find somebody nowadays. It's not as easy, because everybody's going, right, I can't get a job, alright, so the first thing we'll turn to, then the first solution is OnlyFans. The first solution is porn, because that is how we get our money. It isn't. Use your fucking brain, get a job, and you might get somewhere. It's better, because then people can be like, oh, they're doing this, they're doing that. And they can't be, they're doing this, and they're doing that. You know what I mean? Like, I'd rather be in work than be on OnlyFans. Fair enough, I ain't got a job. Yep, blah, blah, blah. That's my personal life story, so I don't know why I'm on about that. But, you know what I mean? I'd rather have a job than have a job. A job. Fair, yeah, you know exactly what I'm getting at. You know the point.
Well, obviously the reason he called it is because he knew my intentions was to sleep with college boys.
And wait, was this the guy that you were dating for 9 years?
No. So yes. So obviously with my ex, split with him, and then I was dating someone January, February.
I see. Okay. Going to baby.
Hang on. I just have one last thing to add on this, if you don't mind. So I'm just wondering, since you said in the future you would like to have a family and children, little Betty Sue, who comes up to you, who's your child, says, well, gee, Mom, I really don't like this, and my brother over there, he keeps getting beat up at school, and they keep calling his mom a prostitute, and he really can't say anything about it because...
a valid point.
Well, I am. Yeah.
Yeah, so I don't know, do you think that that's going to be a good life for him?
I think, so before, when I had children, they would have had to go in childcare full time. I would not have been able to give them my time. Whereas now, when I have children, I'm going to be that financially stable that I'll be able to give them, I'll be able to pick them up from school, drop them off.
Yeah, that's fair enough, but you're still not making a valid point. I mean, kind of like, from her perspective, or we've not listened to the full-on thing of what she's going to say, but I don't think she's now enough has got the right amount of fucking brain cells to say something clever. But her saying I didn't have enough time for them and they had to go into childcare, if she had them in the past when she was working long shifts, clearly then that job ain't fucking right for you. Then get a different job. Go on to a part-time job. Anything is better than doing OnlyFans. Anything is fucking better. Like, it's just hard to talk about, because it's kind of like, I don't bloody know. But I mean, I'd rather be in a job, a part-time job, not getting as much wages as what you would get in a full-time, or depending on the job actually though, to be fair, but I would rather be in a shitty job and being able to provide for my kids, and then my kids going to school, having a sad day at school, blah blah blah, and then other than being an OnlyFans or a porn creator and then doing stuff, and then, like, for that kid it must not be nice going to school getting called names and getting called that your mum's a prostitute and your mum's this and your mum's that. That's going to push people over the edge, and then sometimes it can push children to places children don't want to go, and it can push people to places that, like, people don't tend to see themselves in it, and then that can be put on them by somebody else. So basically, Bonnie Blue, if she ever does have children in the future, her children are always going to be bullied. Whether she likes it or not, they're going to be bullied because of her past.
I'll be able to give them time, beautiful memories, and be able to really treasure that time.
It's not beautiful memories,
when they're young. I won't even be working by the time I have children. And then by the time...
But you're going to send them to school, right?
Of course.
Yeah, but I mean, if you're sending them to school, that's where they're going to get...
So if I have children in, say, 5-10 years' time, by the time they're sort of old enough to be, like, aware of what it is, that's another 10 years from that. By then there'll be someone else trending, and yes, my news will sort of, I probably guess, will come up, but by then the life they've had, I'll be able to educate them on the reason they've had such a beautiful life and upbringing is because this is what I did as a job in the past.
Because you slept with strangers and then brought...
But do you really think that you telling your kids, oh, Mum, why do we have loads of money and why am I so happy? Why am I this? Oh, well, I did shag loads of men. I did have a lot of orgies in my time. I don't think that's what your kids are going to want to hear. That isn't what they're going to want to hear. They're going to want to hear, I was in a fantastic job. I was in a shit job. Not every job's fantastic. I was in a job. You know what I mean? You'd have to kind of just, you'd lie to them, wouldn't you? You wouldn't be able to tell the truth, and I don't see fit lying to your children. So you'd want to tell them the truth, but when you've had a past like this, it's hard to tell your kids the truth because you're saying, well, I slept with a load of men. That's going to instantly push your kids down the hill and kind of make your kids think, oh, well, it's okay to do this then, it's okay to do that. I don't need a real job, I'll just go on to OnlyFans like my mum did. You know, it's just... These are the kind of people, in my opinion, that don't deserve children. I know it sounds harsh, but they don't deserve them because they will grow up and their kids will be like, oh, okay, so doing OnlyFans, doing porn, that's okay then. That's an alright job for me then. I don't have to go down the hard road like a lot of other people do. I'll just go and do the easy thing.
Casting on the internet, you don't think that the outcome when they go to public school and they're getting bullied and beat up and they can't actually defend it, they can't actually defend you. Right? Like, little Johnny's not going to be able to actually defend what Mom did. He's going to actually have to be like, yeah, okay, yeah, you're right, guys. I mean, yeah, she fucked 100 dudes in a weekend. Yeah, she did that. Right? How do you think life's going to be for him on the football team? How's life going to be for Johnny on the football team when his buddies start ribbing him and asking for Mom's number because one of them has $100 in the sock, right?
Oh, that's fine.
That's
fine.
what Johnny's life's going to be, isn't it?
Wait, say that one more time.
That's fine, I'll fuck their dads. But by then, I'm not going to be in the industry. I'm not going to be filming.
You're just disgusting. It's just disgusting. What, you're going to turn around to your kids and go, oh, but I'll shag your dads. I'll shag your dads. You want to argue with me? I'll shag your dads. Yeah, that ain't going to work. It's going to be handcuffs. For you, it's not going to work. You are putting a bad reputation on yourself and you're going to put your kids through a lot of trauma. You can't go back now. She's already done the fucking hassle. She's already shagged God knows how many of fucking United Kingdom and United fucking States of America and whatever country she's shagged people from. It's... You're just giving yourself a bad name and you're going to make the children's life when you have them really shit. The kids are going to get bullied to fuck. It's going to happen.
I've been out the industry for sort of 10-15 years.
How do you know when you're going to have children?
Yeah, I know.
Sometimes it can just happen.
Anymore. But that has nothing to do with what'll happen to them, right? Even if you're not in the industry, this is the gilded age of the internet. Somebody gets mad at little Johnny and just does a Google search on Johnny's mom and then finds all of these articles, all of this, perhaps goes over to him with his cell phone and says, dude, look at your mom getting gangbanged, you sick man, right? Like, that's going to happen to little Johnny, isn't it?
Yeah, well, the angles were good, so at least I'll look good. But,
is that what you're going to tell him? Are you going to tell him, oh, hey, the angles were good when I was getting,
might come to a shock to you. My name's not actually Bonnie Blue. So if they search my name, my real name, which is what they'll know, nothing is going to come up.
Do you think that they're not going to be able to figure this out? Like, do you think that that kids are dumb in the internet age, that they're not going to be able to...
I'll give you this time on the show to find out my real name, and then we'll see how long
probably shouldn't have.
Yeah,
probably shouldn't have challenged.
Don't do that. That's a really bad idea. Nobody's trying to dox you, and I don't want anything bad to happen as an outcome of that. But what I'm saying to you is that it does seem like you're setting your kids up, if you have them in the future, for massive failure, right?
Not really, not at all.
Not at all.
You are.
Give them stuff.
You are.
I can give them companies, investments. I can set them up for life.
Yeah. Do you think you'll have all that money in the next 10 years?
I've already got 4 properties in the UK. I continue to buy another 5 this year. So yes, I'm not stupid.
That's what happens to lottery winners too, though. Lottery winners will get a windfall of hundreds of millions of dollars, and interestingly enough, within the first 5.
She is stupid. She is stupid. She's a fucking idiot. Because, like I said, it's all about the money. As she just said, I've got 4 properties. I'm planning on buying 5 more properties. So the outcome is you're doing it all for the mummy. The mummy, fucking hell. You're doing it all for the money, not even giving a shit on what the kids are gonna go through the years of growing through school. And people will find out her real name. Do you want me to tell you why people will find it out? Because I came across a TikTok about 2-3 weeks ago, and someone was revealing her real name. And I searched it up on Google, and that was her real name. So, unfortunately, she ain't half as clever as she thinks she is. She's fucking stupid.
And here's most of them go broke, within the first 10, almost all of them go broke.
The fact I've already invested money, and I've got a financial advisor, I've got an accountant, and my plan's
they have
going
all
to look
that
better.
too, yeah.
Oh, do they? A lottery winner instantly has a financial advisor and accountant the same day? No. Yeah. My
I
plan
don't
is been
understand what
planned
that
out.
means. Me saying that people who have lottery windfalls have those things, and they still go broke the same way. Most people who cannot continue to generate wealth are not able to, especially if they only do it off of a single skill. They're not able to cycle the wealth back to work for
All
them.
your
That in and of
questions
itself
are,
is a massive
what if
skill.
in the future I'm broke? What if this? I am not. And if I am in the future, I'll then answer the question. But until then, your questions and opinion is irrelevant.
Yeah, but that's not really the question. The question
But
isn't
it
what
is.
happens
You're saying,
if
what
you're
if I'm broke? What if I
No,
don't
the
have the
question
money?
isn't what happens if you're
Can I
broke.
chime in?
The
Yes,
question that
please
I'm
do.
alluding to, is, what do you tell little Johnny if you can't give him the material lifestyle and he has to live with the fact that you are a prostitute?
But
You've got to remember, alright? You've got to remember, okay, giving your kids this amount of money, and giving your kids this and that, and being able to give your kids what other parents can't do, and what other parents have to struggle with doing, which is sad. Giving your kids money, giving your kids an ass, because of the past that you've done, which is give you those things, it's taking the easy road, and it's learning your kids to take the easy road, so your kids are going to do the exact same thing. Not saying they will, but majority of the time, people take on the role after their parent. Because my dad was working in a flooring company, and that seemed like the easiest job for me to do because my dad was working there, so I joined with him. And I was working with him, and it ended up being shit, so I left. And this is exactly my point for children that grow up with parents like this. Like, whether you change or not, that kid's still got to go to school, that kid's still going to be bullied because of the past that you fucking done. You know what I mean? That kid is still going to go through a load of fucking havoc in school. The kid's still going to get bullied, the kid's still going to get picked on. And the kid wants love. Every kid wants love, yeah, okay? I'm 20 years old and still getting every now and again affection off my parents when I go up there. It's nice to just feel like people care about you still when you're older. And she's going on as if she gives her kids all this money, gives her kids an house to live in, a roof to live under, that's going to make it okay. And it's not going to make it alright. That's going to make absolutely no difference. Your kid's still going to get bullied. Your kid's not going to get loved by you, because all your kid's going to think about when you're giving your kid a nug or something is, my mum was shagged 45 million hundred motherfucking times. That's all your kid's going to think. Your kid's not going to look up to you like a mother. And if the kid does, I just feel bad for children that have to grow up with parents like this.
We'll give them that. So your still questions are saying, what if I can't? I'm telling you, I can.
Okay.
You wanted to come in? Go ahead.
Yeah, I mean, she literally just saying, hey, I'm investing the money that I'm earning buying real estate, which has
What?
increasing potential, right?
Yeah, so what?
She's buying stocks.
Stop saying so what. Your question was,
Yeah.
what if I lose the money? I'm clearly not.
Equivalent to
Yeah,
a lot of
to the heart of the question, it doesn't matter ultimately if she does or she doesn't.
Hey, we let you speak. Can I
Ultimately is
speak?
in
Can I
the
finish?
scenario of
If you don't mind.
you don't have X thing, if
Wait,
material.
Right, so I got it wrong. So these girls are on her side. So I'm guessing these girls... Obviously, they're going to agree if they're doing OnlyFans. But let me just tell you something, dickhead. Your opinion is also irrelevant, because I'm not being funny. You're on the podcast because he wants to talk to Bonnie Blue. You've been quiet the whole time through, so your opinion's fucking irrelevant, to be fair, in my opinion. You can't just jump in when you want. You jump in, you're supposed to be there, and if you agree with it, have something to fucking say. I have something to say because I don't agree with OnlyFans. I don't agree on women selling themselves for fucking money. You want money, get it the proper way then, instead of being a fucking idiot.
Andrew, can you let her just finish her point? Go.
Well, I'm just trying to clarify. She's strong.
That's the end of today's video. It was a struggle trying to get through that video because, like I said, they was making points that wasn't valid, and Bonnie Blue was only coming back with, none of them understand what he was trying to say. He was trying to say in the future, if you go broke, which she will. There's no if about it. She will, because no one's going to want to see her wrinkly old 50 crusty feet when she's about 60 years old. You know what I mean? People are going to want to go back down because it's going to be the younger generation going up. One day, Bonnie, you will lose that money. Trust me. Trust me, it will happen. I've not had experience, but it will happen, because that's what happens to dickheads like you that don't deserve it. Thank you for watching today's video.